Everybody in the comments say, I am a winner. Because you're saying you're a winner because you want to win. You're saying you're a winner because you want to achieve. You're saying you're a winner because you're patient. You're saying you're a winner because you're speaking things into the atmosphere as if they were already. You're believing it. Faith is believing without seeing. That's why we are saying that we are winners. In the comments say, I am a winner. That's what we do. We speak those things up. We speak those things into existence until they manifest.
There are 260.
Oh, he always got on plan now. He don't never let it get too out of hand now. And I know he's got the whole run in his hands now. He be doing things that I don't understand. I've been in my word, he in his bag. Know that it's gonna work, that's a fact. Got me on that smooth timing, coming through. I've been doing work in my bag, know that it might hurt, but at last got me on that smooth timing, coming through right on time. Oh Lord, when I need a line up on my path, call him from wherever I be at. Alpha Mega, he the first and he the last, so I don't have to worry about the past. No, I got the password. He said that it's mine if I ask for it. Only moving forward, never backward. Something's gonna change. I've been in my
Family, what's good, family? Listen, we back again. We back at it again. We are Thursday Night Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on tonight. I'm so excited about this one that I'm nervous, and y'all know I don't get nervous much, but I'm nervous tonight. I don't know why, but listen, I'm excited about tonight. Tonight we have a special guest with us on tonight, one of my brothers, someone that I respect highly. This guy is phenomenal from a knowledge standpoint. This man has so much information, so much knowledge, so much expertise, and I'm glad to have him on with us on tonight. So I need you guys to do me a favor and make sure you share this video on tonight. Make sure you tag some people on tonight. We're going to deep dive into part 2 of constipation. We're going to talk about how to unlock constipation on tonight. This brother is phenomenal, and he's going to help you guys also on tonight to unlock constipation. I'm so excited to have him. And you guys, if you would share this video, because you do not want to miss this treat. And thank you guys so much for your love and your support. Thank you guys so much for all of the things that you do. You send me encouraging messages. I love them. They are phenomenal. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for reaching out. A lot of you guys didn't know about the things that I had going on behind the scenes with life issues. My house got flooded from a pipe that busted in the house, an old lead pipe, and it caused a lot of damage, and we were without water, etc. for a while. And as you guys can see, I'm back in my normal spot or space where I normally record, not in the exact same spot position wise, but also in the same room though. So I'm excited to be back. That's why I'm so nervous, because I'm excited to be back in this room where I normally would record. And I'm also excited to have my brother with me on tonight. And this is my first time going live with someone on this actual software. So you guys know how it is. Excited, nervous, etc., etc., etc. But it's going to be a real dope session on tonight. So make sure you guys share this video. Do not wait until the end. Share the video right now. Tag your family and your friends in this video, because we have a guru with us on tonight. And guys, listen, on Monday night we talked about why we are constipated. We talked about the foods that we're eating are constipating us. The things that we're putting into our mouths every single day, each and every single day, is the reason why we're constipated. We're around here eating foods that that the government has tricked us into believing that is our way of eating, that we should be eating, and that's not so. We should be eating God foods that are rich in nutrients, minerals, foods that are rich in antioxidants, anthocyanins, foods that have good gut bacteria properties, etc. That's the way that we're going to be able to continue to live on forever and forevermore. That's the way we're going to be able to unlock constipation issues. I talk to people all of the time that has issues with constipation, and it's unbelievable the stories that I hear all of the time. And I know that it wouldn't be unbelievable to you guys because some of you guys are those very people. I'm not speaking in the sense of people that I've talked to, but I'm saying in a sense that people that are actually dealing with the same issues, because most of the planet is constipated, and it's simply because of the foods that you're putting into your bodies. So how many of you are ready on tonight to unlock those issues? We're going to talk about part two. Part two is going to be mainly and preferably about the solutions to unlocking constipation, because I gave you guys a lot of information on the reasons why and a little bit on how to unlock the constipation issues. But on tonight, we're going to deep dive more so into the solutions. So if you guys would, without further ado, I wish you guys good luck on tonight with this session. I pray that you guys enjoy it. So guys, listen, everybody in the comments, I want you guys to help me to introduce my brother on tonight. Welcome him on tonight into the room. His name is Tiger Carper. He's amazing. And I pray that you guys love on him just like you love on me. And here we go. Here's my brother Tiger. Come on in the room. What's going on, brother?
Peace. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I got some mic problems, but thank you for inviting me, and I appreciate everybody that's in here. I can't see everybody on your side who's in here. I appreciate you for joining.
Yes, sir. Deep dive, baby. Let us know what you got for us tonight. Tell everybody who you are. Let them know where you're from. Tell them what all you have going on, etc. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Tiger. Tony Carper. A lot of friends, they call me Tiger. It was mainly from the business that I started when I moved to Connecticut. Nobody really knew who we were. So we used to try to promote our business. We used to wear the shirts, the hats, pass out flyers, and everything had our business name, which was Tiger Eye on it. So whenever people see you, especially here on Facebook, they start calling you by your business or whatever it is instead of asking you your name. So everybody pretty much called me Tiger, which was fine because my name is Tony. You know what I mean? A lot of people think it comes from that, Tony the Tiger, but but no. So what I do is I am a master herbalist. I am a holistic nutritionist, and my most recent certification is a detox specialist. And that's where I think I can offer some insight to help you guys. I've been healing people now for over 6 years. I've been vegan for 9 years, fruitarian for about almost 5 years. So I dabbled a lot into the health, and I know that detoxification, meaning unclogging, meaning unconstipating yourself, is one of the most important things that you can ever do for your body. That's basically self-healing. Our body actually does it ourselves. Our body does it for us. The Most High gave us this vessel, and it is perfect. It does everything that man tries to get it to do with medications, but it does it all by itself. But we're living in a time where evil people are running the world, right? So um, it's very hard to allow our body to do what it naturally does, and that's detoxifying itself. So we have to help it out with herbs. We have to help it out with eating the things that we're supposed to be eating, and then you will see the true power of the Most High, and that's our bodies. Our bodies are amazing. They're self cleansing. We just have to give it a little bit of help through herbs, through food, through hydration, and things like that.
So with that being said, first off, everybody in the comments are saying, "What's up, fam?" They say, "Welcome, Tiger." People are saying, "Welcome, Tiger." They were saying you're echoing at first, and then it's better. They saying blessings to you, etc., etc., etc. Y'all continue to show my brother some love. He's a real one. He's family, and I highly respect him. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. He can't see them, but I can relate to him the comments and the questions that you guys may have for him. And do not leave on tonight without asking questions, because this guy is phenomenal. And if you're dealing with any ailments, he just told you that he's healing people. And like I tell people all of the time, when a healer is in the room, do not waste this moment and not ask questions. Do not waste this opportunity to be able to sharpen your knowledge on anything that you need help with. A lot of you be always asking questions about, how can I get rid of this? How can I do this? How can I do that? What do I need to take for this? Y'all always messaging me questions. You have a healer in the room right now. Ask the questions. Anything you guys need help with, whether it be high blood pressure, whether it be diabetes, whether it be digestive issues, whatever it may be, ask the questions. Don't leave here empty. Like they always say at church, don't come there and leave the same way that you came. Leave differently, leave healed, leave with a different perspective and a different mindset. And because this man is obviously a healer, and he just told you guys that. So we're talking about constipation. So if you have any questions about constipation issues, what herbs you may need to take, what foods you may need to be eating, ask the questions. He can answer those questions while he's here right now. And I'll start off first off, and I'll ask the first question. Like, for people that's been dealing with chronic digestive issues, chronic constipation issues, because these are a lot of the issues that people deal with. People have told me stories of, man, I don't even go to the bathroom but once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, twice a month. So my question is, for people that are dealing with chronic constipation issues like that, bro, like, what type of diet would you say that they need to live by or eat, or whatever, you know? And the floor is yours on that.
Well, first off, can you hear me a little bit better, or am I still echoing?
No, you
I want to
good.
get that right first.
Everybody, let me know. Can and they have questions. They lining them up for you now, and I'm gonna let you know what they saying after you expound on this. But first off, y'all let me know. Can y'all hear? If y'all can hear him clear, give me some ones. Y'all know what ones mean. That mean we on one accord. So let me know if y'all can hear him clearly. If you can hear him clearly, throw your ones up in the comments for me. And I know that's gonna push your questions back, but we'll get those questions back up. If y'all can hear him, y'all let me know. Let me know. Everybody's saying
Mic check.
you're good, you're fine. They throwing the ones up. So bro, you good. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. All right. So when you're talking about constipation, you're talking about blockage anywhere in the body. Okay. So most people think you're talking about the gut, and they're mostly right. Most people are backed up in the colon. The colon being one of our elimination organs, part of the great lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is in charge. It is your waste disposal system, your garbage disposal system. So most people are backed up there. So when you talk about that, you're talking about foods in high fiber is the best type of diet that you can eat. Fiber is like you want to look at fiber in the most simplest terms possible. Fiber acts as a broom. Okay, so fiber is going to be a broom. It's going to sweep all the metabolic waste out of your system. Okay, when I say metabolic waste, I mean our cells. Our cells use energy all day long. They're absorbing different. They're absorbing different minerals. Okay, and they, just like us, our cells defecate also. Okay, so we want to try to eat things that don't have to leave any waste whenever they use the energy from the cell. Okay, so we're talking about cleansing on a cellular level. So you're talking about we want fiber. We're talking about greens. In particularly alkaline greens. But the number one thing that you talk about whenever you're talking about unblocking something or unstagnating something, because a blockage is a stagnation. That means your food can't move. So when you talk about unblocking, you need plenty of hydration. I'm sure Marcus probably talked about that before, or JuiceDoc. Um, you need to be hydrated. Okay, that's why you see everybody with the watermelon challenge. That's why you see everybody, consuming mostly melons, whether they be canary melons or golden melons or cantaloupe. Those are going to be your most watery fruits. Okay, because hydration removes stagnation. Okay, but it also breaks up calcification. So if we have too much calcium in our system, um, we become unbalanced and things harden up. Okay, so when things harden up in your gut, we're talking about mucus, right? I'm sure you guys heard a lot of people talking about mucus is the number one problem, but mucus actually is not the problem. The problem is eating acidic foods, okay, which actually break down our mucous membrane. We have a mucous membrane, and then when you get acid in there, what does acid do? It burns, right? So we become imbalanced, and and we're trying to what your body does. Your body always reacts first, right? Our body is the cleanser. We're just facilitating this information. So what the body's trying to tell you when it releases acids, and whenever you eat acidic foods and you turn them to alkaline, what it's telling you is you have to remove this blockage. Okay. Remember, acid burns and it breaks down things. We have that inside of our body too. So I don't want to vilify acids either. Um, but the diet that we should be eating is heavy leafy greens, mustard greens, wheat, arugula, and romaine lettuce. There's different herbs, of course, like moringa and spirulina. Those are good greens that you can have. But one thing that a lot of people do, and a lot of people are doing now that they don't realize, is they're juicing. Okay, so Marcus, you being the juice doc, um, juicing is great. Okay, for giving your body a break, basically, of having to break things down. Okay, but just because you're juicing, it doesn't all the time mean you're cleansing, because a lot of
A lot
people
of people
juice their
juice their
greens,
greens.
and I tell
And I
people
tell people,
to actually eat their greens, because when you're juicing your greens, you're breaking down the fiber wall. So you are getting a lot of minerals that you're supposed to get from the green juice, but you're breaking down a lot of the fiber, and it's still fiber in there. Don't get me wrong. But eating your greens will be a lot better if you're trying to do some type of sweeping, right? Because fiber is the broom of the system. Okay. Um, but what you're doing is you're giving your body that solid food vacation, which most of us need. Our bodies are too tired of taking in 3, 4, 5 meals a day, 3 meals a day, and snacks, and in large portions. Okay. uh, our body is just not made for that. No matter, our bodies are amazing, okay, but let's not overdo it, because your body needs a break just like anything else. It needs a resting period, it needs a cleaning period, and it needs a repair period. Okay, so that's why you hear JuiceDoc saying don't eat stuff when it gets close to dark or when it gets nighttime, because we eat by we all have a circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm tells you, um, whenever we wake up, as soon as the light hits our eyes, our body's producing cortisol. Now, cortisol gets a bad rap because it is the stress hormone. So everybody says, "Oh, we got too much cortisol in our system," but cortisol actually is what gets us up and makes us alert, and it gets us to start going. It gets us to work. That's what gets you to work when you're late. The cortisol. Okay. But it also can cause a lot of stress if it's imbalanced. Okay. um so a lot of time we need to, a lot of us are not really that bad. We just need to be put back into balance, which is homeostasis, which is how it's intended to be. So we need to do repairing. So at night, well, I'm sorry, I start from when we wake up in the morning. Light hits our eyes, gets us up and going, and at that point, our body is still detoxing for the first 3 to 4 hours after you wake up. Okay. This is when juice can come in good. Juice, if you're juicing, drink some juice in the morning. Drink some ginger shots in the morning. That's going to definitely help get that digestive system moving. It's going to also spark our digestive enzymes, our amylase, tryptophan, all those digestive organs. Digestive enzymes. It's going to get those moving and get those ready to start breaking things down for you. Okay. But you just want to help the body out as best as you can in the morning, help it detoxify. That's why we have most of our bowel movements in the morning. Help the body out with that. There's some detoxification herbs that I'm sure I can help you guys out with. But in the morning, just try not to eat anything until the sun gets highest in the sky. This is our circadian rhythm that I'm talking about. Circadian rhythm is our body's natural ability to control the light and the darkness, to control our bodies, to tell us the best times. It's an internal clock. So when the sun is highest in the sky, so like around high noon, is usually when you should have your first solid foods. Okay. Around that time, um, if you eat something that is easily digestible, you'll be able to get that energy a lot faster, and you'll be able to eat bigger portions around noon because that is our our metabolic rate. That's when our bodies are primed to break things down around high noon. Okay. Then when you get down in and then you get to the evening, our body wants to produce melatonin. So melatonin, it does what? That one wants to slow us down, right? It wants to put us to sleep. So it starts lowering the cortisol naturally is what's supposed to happen. There's other things that can keep that cortisol up. You guys don't know. Um, Blue light being one of them. So if you're up and you're on your phone, that blue light is just going to keep you up and it's going to stimulate your cortisol in your body. So you're going to be stressed. You're going to be up. You're going to be worried about something. You're going to be thinking about things instead of allowing the melatonin to flow into your body. And then the melatonin is actually going to put you to sleep. So that's why I tell people later in the day to eat your berries. I probably skipped over it. So during the day, you should be drinking anything, eating your water, basically, eating things like melons. Uh, Melons are the highest in the water, like we discussed before. They keep you hydrated. And if you guys don't know the statistics, it's probably higher now. I think it's higher. Over 70% of Americans are dehydrated, severely dehydrated, and we don't even know it. Most of the time, when we think we're hungry, we're actually dehydrated. We actually just need some hydration. And hydration, what it does, it removes calcification and stagnation. So that's one of the best ways that you can start detoxing and unconstipating yourself. Another way that I learned, it might sound kind of weird, and it sounds weird to a lot of people when they hear it, but they used to do this back in the day a lot. In my mom's age and my grandma's age, they used to get enema. Okay, you used to go to the doctor and be able to request, like, say, I want an enema, and they would clean you out. And some of the things that I've seen through people getting enemas, it just sets them off in the right track. I mean, some people actually lose parasites with the first couple times of using enema. Now, there's different types of enemas. You can do a lemon enema, you can do a water enema, um, a lime. Some people do salt water. Some people do colloidal silver. There's so many different, you know. But I would definitely suggest talking to a specialist before doing it, just to get a little bit more insight on how that works. Okay. Um, but other than that, where was I? So yeah, I don't know if I went over the question that you asked me, JuiceDoc.
JuiceDoc. Oh yeah, you did, bro. You killed it. Like you went next level. And
I to
hope
talk too long
to
sometimes.
talk too long sometimes. I had to catch myself.
Especially because I didn't see
Especially
you.
because I didn't see you. No, not at all. You good, bro. Trust me. From a content creator to another one, I already know where you at, and I get it. But we have a ton of questions for you, so I want to get to them because I don't want to leave nobody out. So anyone, let me see, steadily got comments coming in. Anyone that didn't catch what he said in a nutshell, let me tell y'all better, I be telling y'all all the time, be a student. That's what I'm doing. I'm over here writing notes. I got front and back of page already, just listening and writing notes down. And I can probably tell you verbatim what he said, but can y'all? I tell y'all all the time, don't come on here just sitting on here, just spectating and not notating. Get your pen and your notepads out. Get your phones that you're not using on your tablets or however that you take notes, and take these notes because, and I don't know if you know this, bro, but my assistant, she's here. She's always on everything I do, and I'm so grateful for her. She been with me for years. She took notes in all of my sessions for years. She didn't need those notes. But guess what, though? She had those notes in her arsenal to go back and look at for when she did need them. She got endometriosis issues, and her son had issues. And guess what? She went back to the notes that she was writing from the sessions
That's
and being
amazing.
around.
That's amazing.
And she healed herself. And that's what we're doing this for. Not just for people just to be getting hearts and likes and shares. No, we're doing this to educate people and to help people to turn into
Absolutely.
self-healers and heal themselves as well. Because listen, when I say let your kitchen become your pharmacy, I mean that. That means that you're becoming a self-healer. And so that's all we're doing is educating you guys to do the same. We're not on here just to have all of the knowledge and just do a show and tell or us just giving knowledge to you guys. No, go and heal yourself. That way you don't have to go to the doctors. That way, if you do go to the doctors, you're only going there to be able to get blood work done, etc. Because we are all born to be healers because God has showed us that in the Word. And anyway, uh, they're saying stuff like, what are the best herbs for gut cleanse? They're also asking, do you, hold on, let me pull it in a little bit, y'all, because I can't see it. Do you oppose to a colonic? He already just addressed that. So that you should already know the answer to that one. I shouldn't even have to ask him that question because he literally just told y'all to do a self enema, do an enema. He said to get with your doctor before doing it. So that answer is itself right there. But can you elaborate on something?
But I know there's a lot of things online. There's a lot of good people online that can show you how to do one.
Yeah.
Basically just gotta get an enema bag. But there's some people that do
They do their own
they do their own little bags. I'm not sure how good that works out for you, but
yeah,
yeah, it's just a mixture of how much water and how much lime you put in, and that's
you can just
you can just start with water and see how bad that is and see how good that is. And then I would move to lime or lemon. Those work really well.
Bro, and you messed me up with that one. I wrote that in my notes. A lemon enema. Like we gotta talk about that one because I've never even experienced that one. But what I will say is I have a Cara bag or whatever you call it, and I have did or done a home enema before. And some people are opposed to doing it for the fellas because we think the wrong way. We think that's violation, but you're doing it yourself, so it's not like people be going overboard with the funny stuff. Like, dude, like I'd rather a doctor, if I'm gonna go to a doctor, if I'm not gonna do it myself, to make sure I'm good before I be too prideful and not make sure I'm good. Because I hear too many guys on the job, I'm just gonna have to have colon cancer because ain't nobody going in my colon, ain't no man going in there. I just feel like that's violation. I ain't going in my own colon. I'm like, man, that's ignorance, man. Like we gotta stop that.
Yeah,
I can
I can understand that, but
I would have to
I would have to agree with some of that. I would have to do the enema myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't want anybody else doing that for me.
Absolutely.
But that's just me. I know plenty other people that have went and got them done,
and
it was able to kickstart their detoxification. Mainly, like I said, it usually takes a while to get parasites out.
But if a
a lot of parasites are hanging out in the colon, and the colon is very important.
not just for
getting the waste out of your body, but that's also where you absorb a lot of your nutrients.
So I
usually don't even give a lot of people supplements and nutrients until they can work on the colon first.
So I noticed
the question that they asked about what herbs you can use. One of the best. I'll just give you one for now.
There are plenty, and you can definitely look them up. Cascara sagrada is definitely my number one And I would say hydrangea root is my number two, because hydrangea root, it breaks down solids. Okay, so uh, we've used hydrangea root to help break down tumors, things like that, things that really harden up over amount of time. And usually that's where you get a blockage from. If you're talking about a blockage in your colon, it's usually something that your body can't process. You're eating a lot of processed foods, or your lymphatic system is backed up from just years and years and years of bad eating. Um, so I would go with Cascara sagrada. What Cascara sagrada is going to do is actually going to turn mucoid plaque, which is something that's hard, that lines the inside of your colon. It's just mucus that actually turned into a hardened state. It becomes plaque, like plaque on your teeth. It's actually on the inside, and Cascara sagrada is really good for that. Um, with too much of it though, um, you'll be having a lot of bowel movements. It's actually a natural laxative. So I wouldn't suggest getting too much into the Cascara sagrada. Use it sparingly. Um, there's some people. It is a bitter herb. Some people drink it with tea. But if you guys are looking for something like a natural detox, I have a, a concoction. It's called
It's
Soul
called
Food
Soul
Clean,
Food Clean,
and
and
Cascara
Cascara
sagrada is my
sagrada
number
is my number
one
one
herb that I
herb
use
that
in
I
that.
use
But
in
it
that.
also
But it
has some
also has some
parasite killers in
parasite
it
killers in
also.
it also.
When we're
When
talking about
we're talking about
killing
killing
parasites,
parasites,
you're
you're
talking
talking
about
about
wormwood
wormwood
and
and
clove,
clove,
and
and
also
also
zeolite.
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 Whenever you hear
Whenever you
anything
hear
about
anything about
parasites,
parasites,
you always
you
hear
always hear
people
people
talking about
talking
heavy
about
metals
heavy
in the
metals
body,
in the
right?
body, right?
So
So
zeolite
zeolite
actually
actually
attaches itself.
attaches
It
itself,
eats
it
through
eats
heavy
through
metal.
heavy metal.
Okay, so it's
Okay, so
actually
it's actually
better than a
better than a
chelator.
chelator.
Chelator,
Chelator,
it just
it
means,
just
the root
means, the
word
root word
means claw.
means claw.
Okay, so all it's going to do is going to attach itself to the metabolic waste, and it's going to help carry it out of the system. But what zeolite does, it actually attaches itself and it actually eats through the metal, so it makes it more easily digestible, right? We're not the healers. Our body is the healer. I keep trying to say the body's going to heal you, but we need to help it out because we were eating things that were unnatural, right? So we're going to have unnatural conditions, and our body does not know what to do with things that are unnatural, right? So when it doesn't know what to do, it slows down, it shuts down, it takes longer to digest, it throws our hormones out of whack. That's why we're always stressed. That's why we're always fatigued. Um, and then what happens is the parasites let off something in your body, and it stimulates a hormone in our body called ghrelin. Okay, ghrelin. If you guys look that up, that's actually a hunger hormone. If you're killing the parasites, this is another reason why enema is good, because it takes the parasites by surprise. When you're eating herbs and you're slowly trying to get rid of the parasites, which is a good way to do it too. Sometimes the parasites become aware of this and they go into survival mode. When they go into survival mode, they pee and let out a toxin. Okay, it's an ammonia toxin in your body, and it stimulates that ghrelin hormone, and that's where you get cravings from, right? Cravings. That's why we're craving for these unnatural foods. You ever just have a craving out of nowhere? That's your parasites telling you that, hey, we need some trash. We need some junk that we can eat on, and that's why we have cravings for those unnatural things all the time. So we need our emotions, our our um our hormones have been hijacked, so we need to reclaim control of those hormones. That's basically what goes on whenever you're trying to detox the colon from parasites or anything like that. So some good herbs to take: Cascara sagrada, um, ginger is great, lime is great. We're just talking about herbs to help loosen up things in the colon, and because at that point, you don't need too much of a push at that point, right? The colon is the end of the line, right? before it comes out the rectum. So the best thing you can do for your colon is to loosen that stuff up and get it out of your system. The better you do it there than somewhere else in your system, and then your colon is still blocked up, and that could cause more problems for you if you're trying to detox. If you're trying to get something out of the blood, if you got hard arteries or a fatty liver, then you start to loosen those things up, and you start to break some of that stuff down. The worst thing that can happen is it has nowhere to go, right? Because if it has nowhere to go in your lymphatic system, that's when you get lumps. When you get lumps under your arm, that's when you get gout, because it's going down to your feet. Okay, and how does it get there? Through your blood. It's releasing all these toxins back into the blood, and your blood, it doesn't have anywhere to drop it off. It can't drop it off in your lymphatic system. Can't drop it off in those lymph nodes because they're too blocked up. Saying you got to find another exit. That's what happens whenever we get constipated. And yeah, that's all. Go ahead, family. I was done there. I was just answering that question. I don't want to go too long on each one. I'll try to answer each question with as thorough as I possibly can.
No, brother, that didn't mean stop. That means salute because you spitting, bro. That's what that means. That means you spitting.
Okay.
But I have an issue, and the issue is echoing when I come in, so that's why I'm staying out of the way. And so I'm just gonna put the question. Can you see when I put the questions or anything on the screen?
I can go to comments.
Yeah, because I can put them on the screen, and if you see them, just answer them. I'm gonna go down the list, and I'm gonna put the questions that I see on there. This person says, "Can you see that?"
Oh, it says it
echoes when Marcus comes on.
Yeah, but can you see the comment that's on the screen?
Wait, let me go back.
Because I'm gonna put them up there and just let you answer them so I can stay out of the way. Because when I come on, it's obvious that it's an echo going on, so I'm gonna stay on mute.
Now you have to read.
It's really
All
small.
right, I'll read it to you. I know I gotta squeeze in too because I can't even see it. It says, "Do you fast or begin eating at a specific time each day?"
Actually, that's a good question because along with the circadian rhythm, if you wasn't here when we was talking about the circadian, I really try to stick to that as much as possible. I don't eat anything as soon as I get up in the morning. I usually drink a juice or sometimes I don't eat anything till afternoon, around 2 o'clock most of the time. That'll be my first solid meal, even if it is just fruits. I've been doing a lot of mono eating lately for the last couple of months, but we do enjoy a salad. Either every other day or every once in a while. And wifey helps people with transitional meals, so she helps them transition over into better eating. So when she makes a meal, sometimes we're definitely eating that, which she's not going to make it just to show people. So sometimes she makes transitional meals. Again, those are usually all plant based, and she usually keeps it everything simple. And as far as I don't like when it gets nighttime like this, I'll still drink. If I'm up, I'll drink some juice, but I don't eat any solid foods when it starts getting dark outside. And what that is also, it's called intermittent fasting. So if I don't eat when the sun goes down, usually which is around 7, 8, or 9 o'clock, and I don't eat anything solid till the next day around 2, that's a long period for intermittent fasting. I just keep that as a part of my routine. But yeah, I am greedy. I do eat and snack throughout the day. I'll snack on some grapes, watermelon. If you follow me, you'll see I post a lot. Sometimes I just post videos of me eating, and I'll just be eating fruit. Um, you know, if I eat something heavy, it is around that window, that metabolic window, which is around noon to, I say, about 5 or 6 o'clock. Usually when we digest the most, when we break down the most, when we can utilize the most that we break down. Um, and I'm always listening to my body, so or every time I do eat anything solid, I'm really paying attention to how long it takes to get out of my body. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much my routine all the time. Even it doesn't really matter what I'm eating. It's usually the same time because I like to keep my bowel movements on the same time also. It just helps when you simplify things for the body. The simpler it is for the body can do what it's supposed to do. And when I stop eating early, like which is around 8 o'clock, it really allows me to get a good night's sleep. Your body goes into repair mode at that time. So anything that you need repaired with, if it doesn't have any digestive work to do or any breaking down to do, that's why we get sleepy. That's why your body wants to put you to sleep because it has to repair. And if you don't have that energy, if you don't have the ATP, then your body's going to try to slow you down or put you to sleep, so you can go to sleep. That's why sometimes people, when they're up late, they say, "I gotta eat something." Like I can't even sleep. You know what I mean? Because they want to eat something to fill their body up with something, and then your body is telling you, "Oh, okay, I need to digest this. I need to give you the itis so we can digest this food, so we can finally get to repairing for the end of the night." You know what I mean? So if you help that out, you'll get the best night's sleep ever. If you stop eating at a certain time and really allow you get 90 minerals in your body a day, that's really important. That this is another reason why I believe in supplementation. You give your body the tools that it needs to cleanse, your body will do what it's supposed to do at night, and you'll wake up feeling much better, much repaired. There's been times where I went to the gym, I'll strain I'll strain a shoulder, strain a leg muscle, feel a little bit sore, and then I go to sleep without eating anything, just making sure I can take my supplements, and then I'll wake up and it'll be repaired. Same thing with if you get a scar or a broken leg or anything like that, they say plenty of rest, right? But what they don't say is, yeah, you have to watch what you eat also, because if your body spends all night trying to break down uh, whatever you have in your digestive system, it's not going to get a chance to go into repair mode. It's just not.
Bro, you got me over here like my head swimming. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all thought I had information. Nah, this brother is dope. And y'all better be writing these notes down. And Lachey, I saw your comment about the mic. Appreciate it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start skipping around to some of the good ones that I see that are not normal questions, because some stuff that's common, you can go back and answer that later. But I'm gonna allow you to answer some that's uncommon that people ask on the regular. And I see
Okay.
some you already answered already, so I'm gonna skip them. This is a good one. But I want to get to this one that's under this one, but I'm gonna let you answer this one real quick. This one says, how long do you need to do a gut cleanse and how often? That's a good question.
When you're talking about gut cleanse, I would say I get this question a lot too. Um, it's different for everybody. Okay, it's different for everybody. It depends on what type of diet that you have. Because a lot of people ask me that, but they're still eating bad. So there's no way that I can know how long it's going to take if you're still putting things in to back up your system, but you're cleansing at the same time. I'm not sure how long that's going to take. But if you start taking control of your diet, I would say a good barometer of that is if you, let's say you eat 3 meals a day. By the next day, if those three, if you can go to the bathroom that many times, then your colon is pretty good. It's pretty cleansed out. Okay. Now, if you're still having issues, diarrhea, constipation, things like that, um, you still may need some cleaning to do. A lot of cleaning to do. So I would just take it a organ at a time. I actually have a live. It's pinned on my page. It says how to properly detox. It just shows you the order of detox. So the colon needs to go first. Okay. and then you move to your urinary tract. Those are really responsible for getting things out of your body. And then you would go to your filtering organs, which is your liver and your gallbladder. Okay, and then after cleaning those, then you really start to see your pathways open, your detoxification pathways open, and then your body is starting to get back to some normalcy as far as cleansing goes. Doesn't mean you don't have any more cleansing to do, but having those organs working for you, it will really start to speed up your detoxification. And then after the liver, it moves to your kidneys and your adrenals, which I think are really, really, really important when it comes down to eliminating waste and breaking things down and getting them out of your system. Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
Is
Man,
that
I'm
the
so
Is that the sister Lachey?
yeah, that's what
I can't
Shay.
see
I
what
can't
she's
see
saying
what
up
she's
there,
I'm
saying
gonna tell
up
you.
there,
I'm gonna
but
tell you what she
she should
said.
be
I'm
in
gonna
here
read it
too.
to
she's
you.
got great
She's got great
information
information
Oh
on
man, she coming on here next.
detoxing.
She don't know it, but she is. I think
on.
she said. I think, and I want all three of us really to come on. She says, I think gut cleansing needs to be a lifestyle. There are people doing 100 plus day juice fast and still releasing pounds of waste. That is crazy.
It's
That
true.
is simply amazing. Go ahead, bro.
It's true.
It's true.
That's amazing, man. We're gonna jump to the next question. The next one, because you got a lot of them. Let's see. The next one is, let me see, TMJ. Someone says that they're dealing with TMJ issues. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, I skipped over a bunch of people. Let me see something. Lachey says, let me see, can I read it? Because these words be so small. She said, how to mitigate, if I'm saying that right, the intensity of healing crisis while detoxing. She says the watermelon is doing beautiful healing for my wound and have reversed certain symptoms, but I'm getting heart flutters at night. The fruits are exposing cardiovascular weakness. What herbs will help assist my heart detoxification health while monofruit fasting? Did you catch that or you need me to read it again?
No, I
No,
heard it.
I heard it.
Now this is sort
Now
of what
this
I was
is sort
talking
of what I
about
was
at the
talking about at
beginning.
the beginning.
When
When
people juice a
people
lot, I
juice
know
a
she
lot,
was
I know she
juicing a
was
lot,
juicing a lot,
and I know she's
and I know
eating
she's
water.
eating water.
Really absorbed into the cell quickly, more quickly than others. Um, I would definitely say eating more greens, definitely, family. So eating things like arugula, eating things like cucumber, uh, that really, really, really helps as far as with the heart flutters and things like that. Because I was actually going through that before too. I actually had it. I was anemic coming up, so I had blood issues. I had the shakes and everything when I was trying to do this. When I was eating a lot of fruit and drinking a lot of fruit, but I was missing out on the fiber aspect of it. Okay, that definitely it should help you. Um, but as far as food goes, but some herbs that would help, I would think ashwagandha. You get some ashwagandha. I actually have a capsule for you, fam. It's called Soul Fuel Stress Left. Okay, now the ashwagandha is going to lower the cortisol, which is could be a part of the flutters that you have going on. Um, what the ashwagandha does, it lowers the cortisol that you have in your body, and it allows you to balance out, and it allows you to get melatonin in your body. So I would definitely explore the many benefits of ashwagandha. And I have some other ones in there too that are good for the nervous system. Uh, Another herb is called blue vervain. You should definitely look that up. You know, because a lot of time we're dealing with hormonal problems. Okay, so usually come from the adrenals. Your adrenals get really stressed. You get fatigued. You get worried. So your hormones get out of whack. So I would definitely try those out, family.
All right, Lachey says, I'll start adding greens in. I stopped drinking juice and have eaten nothing but watermelon. Thank you for the recommendations. And I'm going to jump in on that and say this because a lot of people get on these mono fasts and juice fasts and stuff, and they don't understand that we need other tools in the toolbox too. They don't, and those other tools is what you're talking about, those greens, because like we get on mono fasting sometimes and we need chlorophyll. You get what I'm saying? And so sometimes you're trying to get rid of heavy metals and things like that stuff, and you're gonna need that chlorophyll to be able to get rid of those heavy metals. And when you're doing a lot of fruit, a lot of times they're so astringent, but you still need that chlorophyll. A lot of herbalists still recommend if you're not gonna eat your greens and you're doing a fruit fast, you still can add in some green juices because those green juices are going to help tremendously, just like what you were just telling Lachey. And I salute you on that because that's a powerful way to handle that situation. Because to be honest with you, I understand where she's coming from because I've been there. It's same like you, having those heart flutters at night and thinking I'm about to have a heart attack. And a lot of people don't understand that when you're going through those things, like you said just a minute ago, it's a lot of times it's hormonal issues or whatever, and the adrenal glands are weak. And like we was talking about the other night, the adrenal glands is another issue why you can be constipated because a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand that if your adrenals are offline, that you will be constipated as well. Your emotions will be all over the place through the roof. If they get really, really bad, you will start crashing out and sleeping way too long, sleeping 18 hours plus a day, or being lethargic all of the time, being weak. And then a lot of times, like you were saying, it could be a issue with being anemic or whatever like that. So it's a lot of different reasons why whenever you're doing these fasts, that it's important to understand that a lot of times the mono is great, but you still need other tools. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
she can
mean,
even
she can
accomplish
even
it with the
accomplish it with
mono.
the mono.
By
By like I know that she said
she was
she
eating
was eating
her
her
watermelon,
watermelon,
which is a lot
which
better
is a lot
because
better because
fruits have
fruits
fiber
have
also.
fiber also.
And let's not forget that fruits also have their own digestive enzymes in it, so they're going to help you and assist you in breaking down itself. It wants to be eating. That's why they say fruit wants to be eating. So if she just
So if she just
eat a lot of fruit,
eat a
because it
lot of
happens a
fruit,
lot with the people that are just juicing. I know because I went through those periods when I was just drinking juice and I had those same symptoms. Okay, but when you eat it, it just seems like it's just a lot better. It leaves you a lot fuller, because of the fiber. You're leaving in the fiber. Fruit has fiber also. A lot of people forget that when they start talking about fiber, they go into the leafy greens and everything. But let's not forget fruit has fiber also, and it also has the same digestive enzymes that our body can produce. How cool is that?
All right, I'm gonna grab some more questions for you. And thank you so much, bro, for all this powerful information, man. You amazing, bro. And y'all make sure that y'all sharing this video because, man, this is powerful information and knowledge is power. I'm telling y'all. I tell y'all all the time, the Bible says that he says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And he says, in me translating it, he says, I will allow you to be destroyed for the rejection of knowledge. And whenever you sit here amongst knowledge and reject it and don't receive it, that's what he's talking about right there. Being in the room of a healer, being in the vicinity of a healer. Write these notes down. Continue to ask questions, because I'm telling y'all, people make this mistake way too many times. They try to hear everything and memorize everything. Y'all see, I'm telling you, I got 3 pages of notes, literally right now, taking notes because don't feel ashamed to take the notes and don't feel like you old school. No, I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I take notes all day long. I screen record. There's so many ways to get this information, y'all. Screen record, writing notes, etc., etc. My phone, I'm so loaded with so many screen recordings, it's unbelievable because I like to
Yeah,
absorb knowledge, man. Like, dude, bro, you blowing my mind, man.
I had to
I
master
had to
being a
master
great
being a
student
great student
You have to.
before I could
before I could
even feel
even
comfortable
feel
with teaching.
comfortable with teaching.
All right, let me get you. Can you jump on this TMJ issue? This lady says, let me find it again. She says,
I don't really
I
want to
don't
get
really
into
want to get into
like if it's
like
too
if it's too
medical,
medical,
then I
then
would rather
I would
talk
rather
behind
talk
the scenes
behind the
with it.
scenes
But
with
if it's
it. But
something
if
like a
it's something
common
like a
problem,
common problem,
then
okay, so you want to
we can
pass
get
then
on
we
the
into
can get
it.
on
TMJ?
and we can talk about it.
You say you want to pass on the TMJ?
Uh,
Uh,
well, I didn't hear the
well, I didn't hear
question,
the
but
question, but
She
if
says,
it's
I
if
thought I
it's
heard her said something else about TMJ, but she said, because they keep putting questions up, and she said, TMJ, please. But she said something else about it. I don't know where the comment went to. I can't see it, but that's all she's saying is TMJ, please. Meaning, can you answer about TMJ or I guess a solution to it, maybe? I'm not sure. What herbs? Can you be more specific on that? I think she's
yeah,
saying what supplement, so I don't know. But
first
we'll
of
go to
all,
first of
something
all,
else if you
oh, good,
good.
and we'll come back whenever she says. Let me see what
okay,
someone else is saying. They saying very powerful. You're very powerful. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Let's
you.
see.
Appreciate it.
Lachey says she'll start eating more greens. I think I've missed a lot of questions, bro. I don't even know where they done went to.
It's
I can't
okay.
It's
see.
okay.
Give me one
Give me
second.
one sec, bro.
Let's see. Lachey says, no, that wasn't Lachey. Some lady named Michelle. She says, let me pull it in a little bit. She says, Tiger, I keep hearing about, I think she's saying oxalates gathering in the body through consumption of spinach and kale. Do you know about this?
What did she say?
What did she say?
Oxalates?
Oxalates?
Yeah, she said she keep hearing about oxalates gathering in the body through consumption of spinach and kale. Do you know about this?
I heard about
I
it
heard about
also.
it also.
But this is
But
this is
this is
new
new.
science that people say they find oxalates in your greens and your kale and things like that. And you know, I didn't have to deal with that too much because most of the time I was going by the Dr. Sebi diet book, the Dr. Sebi rule book. So you know, I didn't get into a lot of you know, the carrots and you know, some of the greens and everything. But basically, they collect like I told people to go to be good breathers, right? So I told people to go out in nature because trees are a natural filter also from all the things that are being sprayed in the air. So they're a great filter for a lot of toxins. So you know, if anything, you know, those oxalates come from the spray and things like that. But as far as being inside of the oxalates being inside of the greens or uh, kale and things like that. That's why you get a lot of people that cook their kale. You know, even if they just lightly steam it, they to make it more easily digestible. Okay. Um, Other than that, um, you know, our bodies, like I said, are designed to be able to break those down and get those out of our body. So if your system is running right, the benefits far outweigh any amount of oxalates that the vegetable contains.
Great stuff, bro, because I started figuring out that when you put like vegetables like spinach, and to be honest with you, tonight is my first night really hearing about kale being thrown in that loop with the oxalates because, and I know kale is hard to break down, but spinach and beet greens were two of the top ones that I know about being high in oxalates and need to more so be cooked to be more absorbable, just like you say, or whatever like that. But kale is a new one for me. I don't think I heard about kale being high in oxalates. I just know for sure two of the main ones that people talk about a lot are spinach, definitely. Baby spinach is healthier, but I mean spinach and the greens of the beets, those are very, very nutritious greens, some of the most nutritious greens on the planet, but they're high in oxalates. those anti-nutrients, those gut disturbers, etc. But let's see. Someone
And I
says,
think, I think
go
we
ahead.
just, well, they have oxalates in it, because a lot of people would argue that vegetables are for animals, they're not for us. Another reason why I just keep a high fruit diet um, most of the time, but the greens really slow down. Uh, they slow the process of, uh, I would say, especially when I was dealing with being anemic. Um, you know, it would definitely slow down those sugar spikes that you get, right? Um, so that's why I continue to eat vegetables. I continue to eat plant-based. I continue to eat salads. Um, you know, and also too, they leave a lot of they leave the least metabolic waste, and they're very easy to break down. Despite what a lot of people say, eating raw greens to me has proven to be better than a lot of cooked foods. But let's not forget, the only reason why a lot of people don't cook their foods because they say it takes a lot of nutrients out of the food, which is true. Okay, but if you look up, I can't remember the name of the process. It's a type of photography. I think it's called Cyrillic photography, and you look at the energy in the food when it's raw. Okay, and then look at it when it's cooked. There's still nutrients in there. Okay, and let's not forget what Dr. Sabi said. Whenever you can burn something down and it be ash, okay, and there's still potassium in there. There's still energy in there. There's still minerals left in there. If you can burn something down to ash, and it could still contain mineral. That's what potassium stands for. Pot ash. That's exactly what it stands for. So, um, you know, you just gotta. It's one of those things that you have to find your balance with. I always say Bruce Lee saying that I said it in my last live. Um, use what's absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely yours. Okay, what are we adding that is uniquely ours? Our body's going to do the first two for us. It's going to absorb what is useful. It's going to discard what's not. But we add what is uniquely ours is our divine intelligence that was given to us by the Most High. So if we need nutrients and we can't get them from our fruits, and there's people messing with our fruits, and there's people messing with our foods, then we can certainly grab a vegetable, right? Even though if they were here put here for the animals, we can use them to extract what we need from that to be able to do what it needs to do if we're not given or if we're not given the right food, right? Because the food is supposed to be everywhere. Fruit trees used to be everywhere. Coming up, I remember walking to school. I'm a little older, you're around my age. I remember walking to school and there were fruit trees everywhere. We used to stop and grab a pear off trees. We used to have apple battles and all types of things like that walking to school. Now, it's just replaced, everything's replaced with a nice clean lawn. Everybody wants their lawn to be, they're competing to see who got the lowest grass and the greenest grass. Um, you know, that's become a part of our society instead of growing our food and growing our own food so we don't have to worry about a lot of um, you know genetically modified things. And to me, I believe a lot of stuff we eat, even the fruits that we eat, a lot of stuff, watermelons and stuff we're eating now, they were tampered with. I believe at one time they was a little bit more natural, and now they've been genetically modified to be bigger, to be sweeter. That's why we have all these different variations. So the Most High knew what we were capable of, and he knew that man is capable of doing anything in the spectrum. So they're going to mess with you. They're going to try to mess with your food in order to control you. So we have to gain back control of what we're putting in our body. But we can always start where we're at, because like I said, we have the best cleaning mechanisms um, that you could ever create. You can never make an AI to do what the human body does. I don't care what kind of AI it is. Um, all those ideas come from us. You know what I mean? Comes from divine intelligence. Okay. So I wouldn't worry too much about. I would worry more about uh, just just not putting the known toxins inside of the body, and and then experiment with some greens, experiment with some salads. Uh, put a lot of cucumber in. Cucumbers contain a lot of water. Um, then you can add some things like red onions. Very good at detoxing the body. Beets, like you said, things like that. I wouldn't worry too much about the oxalates. Just try to shop organic as much as you can. I know everybody doesn't have that option, but um, when you're talking about something like the body, you will. I mean, when you talk about the car, you'll pass 40 gas stations to get the lowest price, so you can get that premium gas. You should do at least the same for your body. The greatest running machine that you own, that you have control over, right? We can't control what's going on out here. Um, you know, with politics, we can't control what they're going to do, if they're going to get us better food and stuff like that. But we can control what we put in our body for the most part. Okay. So I would concentrate more on that.
Man, bro, you in the studio for real, bro. You cooking, you spitting. And I'm gonna say, to back you up on what you were saying, as far as the food, and I heard you say that we, just like with gas, we'll window shop for gas, go down here for 3 cents less, 2 cents less over here, 4 cents less. Man, like you say, just eat organic, just eat clean, just get wild crafted, get the best option that you can if you can't afford. I know some people can't afford to do organic all of the time, and that's why the clean 15 and the dirty doesn't exist. That you be able to understand that the dirtiest fruits and vegetables, the ones that we consume the most, like cucumbers, kale, things like that, that are filthy, celery, all those types of vegetables and fruits are loaded with pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides. But you can choose the ones that we eat the most that are filthy and eat them organic. Like Yaki was talking about, maybe a month ago, people was asking like what fruits and vegetables would be feasible to consume without having to actually just eat them organic all of the time. And he made a point that was dope. He was like, grapes, for instance, y'all keep eating seeded grapes, but the seeded grapes are highly sprayed and they have all of that wax on them. So eat organic seedless, which has less wax, less herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, etc., because the skin is so thin. You get what I'm saying? And so it's so many different ways that you can skin the cat to be able to stay healthy, but we gotta want to do it. Like, most people just don't want to do it. They'll make excuses and talk themselves out of doing it from the beginning. That's those people that go and shop for 3 cents less. Well, I would do the vegan lifestyle, but it's too expensive. It's quite expensive. I'm gonna say, like I always say, Beyonce ain't expensive for y'all, obviously, because y'all go and drop $400 and $500 on a concert to watch her. And what are you getting out of that? Absolutely nothing. You're wasting a whole bunch of money. And so, like, like Paul say on his song, he says, "Fruit is expensive, but your shoes cost 300. Excuses for losers. You're losing if you're unhealthy. Look at yourself in the mirror like a selfie." That mainly saying that we are making nothing but excuses when it comes down to eating healthy, and we have to stop making those excuses. Just like you just say, man, like, just do the best that you can. Don't worry about the oxalates and the greens as much. Just eat them organic. If you gotta cook them, cook them.
Yeah.
The whole idea is just
Or at
make
least
better.
Or at least keep it fair.
Yeah,
If you're going to
If you're going to
the
go to the
McDonald's,
ask them what they're putting in it.
exactly.
Ask them, do they know what's in it?
Ask them, can
Can you squeeze
the oil
the oil out of off my burger?
Or
Or
like, you got to be all the way 100 if you're going to question, some things that you might have to do to clean your fruits or vegetables or cook them a little bit. Then you have to be real all the way around. You have to turn those bags around, those potato chip bags around. You ask Chick-fil-A all the ingredients that they're putting in their stuff. Then look up the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? You long like there's so many things that people worry about, because this is mainly due to the misinformation, the assault on the our movement that we have going on, mainly in the fruit community. People, you know, if people start feeling hearing on a mass level and getting this information on how to heal yourself, that'll start healing a lot of problems in America, and they don't want that. You know what I'm saying? And they'll start putting a lot of businesses out of business. You know what I'm saying? So of course you're going to see that. You're going to see a lot of misinformation. You're going to see a lot of attacks and assaults on the fruit community, on eating healthy, anything like that. Then you're going to get people who all of a sudden they care about you. Oh, you got to be careful, bro. Be careful on those fruits. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to be careful. When I was just putting up my brisket camel burger from wherever, they're like, "Oh, I want to try that." You know what I'm saying? Nobody told me to be careful then. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you talk about going on a fruit fast. Be careful, bro. I'm telling you, you don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there because it happens to be all the time. Even today, there was a testimonial that helping a young brother with his parasite issues and cutting down his gut. He's been working on his gut and trying to get that cut down for a while. He's really hard worker. He's really knowledgeable. He was putting up the supplements saying this is what I've been taking. A lot of people have been wondering what he was doing, and he put up the clean, which has those ingredients. And the first ingredient was wormwood. He was like, "You better be careful with that wormwood. You can get a lot of issues from that." And that's all it said. And then, I just put up all the benefits. Just look it up yourself. Look up the benefits of wormwood. He was like, "Yeah, but if you take too much of it, it could do this and it could do that." You know what I'm saying? So, you have to be able to block out all that noise and be able to get back to listening what your body's telling you to do. Because even if you're throwing up, even if you're itching, even if you're have diarrhea, you got to remember these are all detoxification symptoms. It's all your body signaling to you that there is a problem that needs to be corrected. Okay. So don't be afraid to sweat. Don't be afraid to go to the bathroom. Don't be afraid to give a number two. Don't be afraid of none of that. What was that? I can't see it. You got to read it to me.
Bro, this is a prime example of what you spitting about right now. Somebody says, I was told to consult with my doctor, even when I was talking about getting the bitters. And I think she's talking about the bitter herbs.
Yeah,
Yeah, the bitter
are
herbs
the greatest
are great
for
for
detoxification.
detoxification.
And they
And they actually,
you know, the bitters, I like to say it because I learned a lot from my boy's mom. She's Jamaican. He'd be like, you got to take the bitters. So the bitters are definitely let's just say it, they're the nastiest herbs, to put in your mouth. But other than that, just remember that the parasites don't like bitter either. They want sweet, okay? They want sugar, not just regular sugar. They want processed sugar, okay? So they want the polysaccharides, the disaccharide. They want that nasty sugar. So the bitter, if you can take it, those are some of the best detoxifying herbs that you can take. Okay, neem, like I said, Cascara sagrada. All these are really bitter herbs. You ever had Jamaican dog blood bush? Really bitter herb, but it's really good at cleaning out the small tubes that we all have. It's really good at helping the females with their digestive organs and all the small tubes that they have, the fallopian tubes and stuff like that. So the bitter herbs are definitely the way to go. The only time I usually suggest consulting your doctor, because your doctor already got a hold of you. Your doctor's already giving you medications. Okay, so most of the herbs and most of the drinks and the fruits are going to do what the medications are supposed to do. Okay, but just remember, the medications that they're giving you are a short term fix. They're a short term fix, so it's just going to quiet the symptom. Okay, so if your body's trying to talk to you, which we all know symptoms are, the symptoms, any symptoms, even a tumor, is your body trying to speak to you. Your tumor, I know a lot of people, JuiceDoc, you heard this before. A lot of people think tumors are bad, but if you didn't have that tumor, you wouldn't be alive to say you had a tumor. All it is putting the garbage in a bag for you. It's putting it in a sack for you, saying, "Hey, what are we going to do with this? Because if we allow this to go into your bloodstream, you're going to die." Okay. So you want to talk to your doctor about saying, "Hey, if I take this, is it going to interact with this medication that you have me on for 20 years?" You know what I'm saying? So uh, usually what you want to do is try to wean yourself off of that medication and replace it so you can get your body back doing what the medication is supposed to be doing for you. You don't ever want to shut down a gland, or uh, you want to they shut down these or I forget, it's fleed my mind, but our receptors. Okay, a lot of these drugs, they dull our receptors, they trick our receptors into thinking that we have something to produce something or to get rid of something. Okay, and like for instance, like a pain medication, Tylenol, and things like that. All they do is dull your receptors. They're not really taking away the problem that you have the pain. Your body's giving you that pain to tell you that something's wrong in this area, and all you're doing is just shutting off that alarm every single time. Your body's giving that alarm saying, "Hey, we got a problem down here on the leg," and you're just giving it a drug to say, "All right, we'll deal with it whenever we can." You're shutting that alarm off. So you got to remember, that's what medications are. You're not supposed to be on them for a long, extended period of time. Okay, so you want to wean yourself off that, and then try to do it the natural way. Like they say, grapefruits are bad for you, right? Only when you're taking blood pressure medications, because the blood pressure medication is doing the same thing as the grapefruit is doing. So they're going to have an interaction together, okay, and which could be an overreaction of what exactly what you need. So yeah, is that another
Is that
question
another
there?
question there?
Yeah, well, she was just basically just vibing off of what you was talking about. She said, I started my juice detox. Now I am getting told to consult with my doctor, but no one was saying that when I was eating processed raw foods on a budget.
Exactly,
Wow.
Exactly.
exactly. And
Exactly.
your
And
doctor
your
kind of
doctor
says
kind of
that
says
as a
that as a
disclaimer. They say
disclaimer.
you need to
They
eat
say,
better, but then you know, they tell you, to eat a more balanced diet, right? So some of that might include some meats and cheese and things like that. When we already know that that's not going to help. That's not going to help out at all. And talking to a lot of doctors, I got a lot of friends. If there's any of my doctors watching this now, my friend, shout out to you guys. They school me with this information. I'm not just some conspiracy theorist that don't like doctors. These doctors are my friends, and they consult with me all the time because they're not taught this in school. They're not taught nutrition. Okay, if you ask a doctor, they're taught what they're taught, and they have to stick to it. And or they would lose their license to practice. You know what I'm saying? So they're taught to diagnose. That's why I always leave a disclaimer. I don't diagnose any problems. They're taught to diagnose, and they're taught to give you the correlating medication that goes with that diagnosis. Okay. Oh, okay. So your blood pressure is high, or we're getting this symptom. We're taught to give you this. We're taught to give you that. Okay. They're not taught to have you change your diet. That's just so now that we know most of the problems come from our diet, there's a big disconnect there, but we're making a concerted effort to bridge that gap to help to work. I work with a lot of doctors now and say, hey, if you really care about this patient has been your patient for the past 20 years, why can't they take these herbs instead of taking this medication when you know these medications have XYZ side effect to them? Okay. Then you have to give them more medication to deal with those side effects. So I'm working with a few doctors now, um, and they're really open whenever you get a doctor that's not full of themselves, that is not filled with ego. They're because they really care for their patients. You know what I'm saying? But they understand is their livelihood to suggest these medications and to diagnose you the best way that they know under their knowledge bases. They went to school, most of them 4, 6 years to get this knowledge, and it's very hard to break that illusion sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When really it could be a really simple fix. Sometimes if depending how far you are, um, some of the medications are helping until they can get a hold of their diet, and then they can let go of the medication. So we always want to be able to consult with our doctor, especially if we're always taking medication and we're already on some type of cycle or program. Because if you throw something in like a juice fast and say, I'm going cold turkey, we already know what can happen to the body. The body can start freaking out. The body likes simple. Okay, the body likes a simple, slow transition. So that's the only reason why I would consult with my doctor to say, yeah, and you ask your doctor next time you go. You're allowed. Remember, your doctor works for you. A lot of people get it twisted. They get really nervous when they go into the doctor. Remember, your doctor works for you. If you're paying that doctor, whether it's coming through insurance or whatever, they work for you. Ask them and say, hey, I really want to get off this medication. I don't like it. What are some, is it okay to explore some other options or herbs? Usually they'll say, bring in the sheet. That's what they usually tell, some of my clients and some of my customers. That's why I provide a nutrition sheet, tells you what's in it, what the herbs do, and most of them are okay with it. They really care about the customer. Most of them are okay with them taking a lot of herbs, unless there's a situation like pregnancy or something like that. A lot of herbs are diuretics. You know what I'm saying? So um, you just want to be careful with diuretics and detoxing herbs and things like that. If you are carrying another life, but even that's changing. But before, when I first started dealing with CMOS, which is years ago, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, you can't take CMOS while you're pregnant, right? Um, because of the iodine or the iodine could give you thyroid issues, right?" But they're actually figuring out that CMOS is the best prenatal and postnatal natal multivitamin that you can take. Contains 102 minerals that we need. It's high in iron, high in zinc, selenium, all the things that would definitely help the baby more than hurt the baby. And most people, they are iodine deficient. So this would actually help with anything that the baby needs if you're giving the baby the correct amount of iodine or iodine. Um, I think the iodine, if you have too much iodine in the system, it could mess you up. But CMOS doesn't contain too much. Okay, you got to remember, if your body's working correctly, it's only going to take what it needs and discard the rest.
That's major facts, bro. Major, major, major facts. Because, like vitamin C, a lot of people don't understand. They be saying, oh, you only need to take in 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. But that's why they have buffer vitamin C. And that buffer vitamin C will allow you to be able to get a higher dosage of vitamin C and not allow it to affect your stomach, giving you bloating and things of that magnitude. And I notice with me, whenever I consume buffer vitamin C, like my immunity just like, especially when I'm detoxing or whatever, my immunity is stayed through the roof. You understand? And
Yes.
so they also say that even when you take in a lot, all you're gonna have is what they call expensive urine or expensive piss, because of the same thing that you just said, because the body is going to take what it needs and discard the rest, because it only needs what it needs. And you can give it a whole bunch of vitamin C or whatever. It's just
Yes.
whatever it needs, it's going to take it.
And
And
while we're talking
while we're
about this, we
talking
might as
about
well
this, we
answer the
might as well answer the
TMJ.
TMJ.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. 'Cause, I know that's one of my faithful followers, and she'll kill me if we don't answer that. I just thought about that. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Okay,
when you're talking about TMJ, you're talking about something similar to arthritis. So, to simplify, you're just building up mucus in that area and it hardens up. Okay. So that's a mucus buildup in that area. One thing that you can take is sea moss is great for that. Sea moss is definitely good. That's why when you see videos of Dr. Sebi, when he took sea moss and introduced a lot of people to sea moss, he dropped down on his knees, right? And the 70-something years old dropped down onto his knees to show you there's too much calcium in that area. Okay. So it's too much of a buildup of calcium. So what do we need to offset calcium? Uh, you need magnesium. Sorry, it slips my mind sometimes. So magnesium. So when you're talking about sea moss, it's great, and magnesium has a lot of magnesium in it, so it's going to counter. And when you hear people just look at the testimonials of people taking sea moss, it helps with joint pain. I know I give it to a lot of people who are suffering with tendonitis and things like that. So it definitely gives a right amount of magnesium. And there are different types of magnesium. If you're going to buy isolates, I don't usually suggest isolates, but there are some people. I'd be a fool to say that there are some people finding out what type of magnesium they need, and sometimes they'll take the liquid magnesium along with some other supplements just to get that extra boost of magnesium. But the magnesium is going to help buffer the calcium in your body. Okay, and that calcium hardens things up, right? So we need calcium also. I told you it's a balance. The body needs it, and the body knows how to balance it. But when we're eating things and we're eating too much, it has to be stored somewhere. And if it doesn't have a consistent exit through the colon, through the rectum, it's going to find other ways to get out of the body. And another thing that can help too with TMJ is movement. You have to have a lot of movement. If you don't have a lot of movement, um, you're letting your cells know that you don't need to use that much, so it's not going to send any help to that part of the body. It's got other things to do, like detoxing, cleansing things out. So once you start to move that body, strengthen the muscles around it, then you'll be able to get oxygen to flow into the cell. You'll be able to get a good magnesium balance. So you'll be able to fight problems like TMJ or any type of problems like that with the bone. Hopefully that's helpful enough.
That's dope information, bro, because I ain't gonna even much lie to you. I didn't even realize that CMOS would be a go-to for the TMJ issue. That's dope information. And just like you said, man, with the calcium, like magnesium is an offsetter for that. Like a lot of people are lacking a lot of magnesium for sure. That's why a lot of people get a lot of heart palpitations. That's why a lot of people are dealing with so many headaches and all of that type of stuff, because they're lacking
diarrhea.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's why they constipated too. Because they're lacking magnesium. When you get magnesium in your diet, you're going to start having less stress issues, because it also decreases stress issues as well. And a lot of people are just not getting it because they're on the SAD diet and they're looking for mineralization and they're looking to be alkalized through the sad diet. It's not going to happen. You keep talking about I'm constipated. You keep talking about I have all these headaches. You keep talking about I can't go to the bathroom. You're talking about I'm stressed out. I have anxiety. All of these issues can be resolved if you just get more leafy greens, like you said earlier. Heavy on leafy greens, arugula. You said. I think you said either collards or either mustard greens, etc. You got to get those greens in. And like you said, I noticed the same thing. When you eat the greens more, you enjoy them more for sure. You get an opportunity to chew more. That'll help with the TMJ as well. And then you're actually breaking it down differently than with the juices a lot of times. Because I noticed whenever I started drinking green juices when I way back, man, it was causing so much fermentation for me, you know. And I was just like, all of this was just feeling crazy. All my stomach was just feeling crazy because I was trying to juice a pound of greens a day. You know what I'm saying? And those were in my
Yeah.
days when I didn't know better, you know? And we all went through those phases. You hear something on YouTube from some people that you watching and looking at, and they be like, oh, juice 2 pounds of greens a day, or drink this amount of greens a day, and this and all that type of stuff. And then, like you said, when you eat them, it's just like the same thing with fruits. A lot of times when you eat them, it's differently than juicing them a lot of times. And the juicing gives you a lot of hydration and instant hydration right there. But to me, I enjoy eating my fruits more than I do actually juicing. And I know both have their benefits and their properties. But me personally, I love to eat everything more than I like to juice. And I know they call me the juice doc, and I got that name because I'm always juicing and stuff. But in this season of my life, I found myself doing more eating my greens, doing more eating my fruits and all that type of stuff. And I enjoy it more, and I see that my digestive system receive it better as well, you know.
Absolutely.
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 So, bro, man, you were phenomenal, brother, and we're gonna shut it down tonight. And I want you to leave us with some tips on tonight in closing, if you would, if you had any tips that you would give to anyone overall dealing with constipation and dealing with wanting to transition to a healthier lifestyle, wanting to include more herbs in their lifestyle or in their diets, however you want to say it. People that are looking to transition, someone may want to be a fruitarian, someone may want to be a raw vegan after hearing you on tonight, because I'm telling you, brother, they are loving you over here, man. And they are saying a lot of great things about you, how awesome you are, the amazing information that you're dropping. So I think they would love to hear some closing remarks on tonight from you to tell them exactly to inspire them, to help them to transition to eating a healthier lifestyle. Because you know, and I know, most people, they want to be told what to do. They don't know where to start. They need some guidance, and they need someone to lead the way for them. So if you would leave us with some powerful remarks on tonight and some information to close us out.
Absolutely. So when you talk about a lifestyle change, if you're on here listening, most of us are probably not ready. There's a lot of people in my group. I would say 95 of them, 95% are dealing with the same thing as you. It's a constant battle, because what we're dealing with is addiction. You got to remember that. You got to have that on the brain whenever you're going to eat the food, because if you don't look at it as an addiction, then you're not going to be able to beat it. Okay. Um, Now there are crackheads were able to beat crack, but they can't beat the standard American diet. And it lets you know that that's one of the most dangerous ones, because it is legal and it's everywhere. And just to get a little bit more clarity, when you're eating this stuff and it has more chemicals in it that weren't supposed to be in it when it was grown, then you probably shouldn't be eating it. And at that point, it's considered a drug. Okay. Anytime you isolate any chemicals out of it and you put it into something natural, it's still a drug. Okay. Um, Coffee being um, a great example of that. Okay. When you isolate the caffeine, when you isolate any part of that, then it makes it a drug. Okay. So we have to look at it like that. And we have to look at it like an addiction. Okay. And what do we do when we have an addiction? We have we have to reduce, okay? So you have to reduce the amount of toxins you are putting in your body purposely. I'm not talking about the air toxins, the water toxins. There are some things you can do for that, okay? Now you can put in filters for your shower. It definitely helps. I've given out that recommendation probably 1,000 times to help with a lot of skin issues, absorption issues. The skin is the third kidney. It's great for elimination. You definitely have to keep it clean, keep those pores open. And there's a website, I'm not sure the name of it, I think it's called EWG. You can go on and check your water in your area, find out all the toxins and all the fluoride and all the ratings that your water has in it. If it's bad water or if it doesn't meet your standards, get a carbon filter. Okay, a carbon filter is going to help you. Um, uh, there's a lot of things. I'm just going to put it like there's a lot of things that go into your water that your treatment plant they can't catch it. Okay, these are micro particles. Okay, what a carbon filter is going to do, it's going to bring them back together. It sounds crazy, but it's going to force them into a cluster, so it makes them bigger, so they're able to be filtered out. Okay, so I would get yourself a carbon filter for the shower. That's the main place where you're gonna expose your body to the most with the water. I would suggest getting an air filter for you to breathe. There's a lot of, chemtrails and things being, whether you believe in it or not, there's a lot of heavy metals, barium, and things like that being sprayed into the skies all the time, especially if you're in an area where there's a big farm area or a big industrial area. They spray over that a lot. So I would definitely get a filter, an air filter. If you can afford to have one put on your whole house to come through your vents, that's fine. But just get a small one for your room or whatever and carry from room to room and do some diaphragmatic breathing. That's definitely going to help you. But the main thing I'm talking about is you knowingly putting toxins inside of your body. We have to reduce that. Okay, we reduce, cut that down. What I mean by reduce is like if you're eating meat 5 times a week or 6 times a week, or some people every day, try to cut it down to 3 days. Okay, or just cut your portions down. That's what I mean by reduce. So if you're eating 2 plates of chicken and macaroni and cheese, try to cut it down to one. Okay, do that for a week, and then you always have to progress. So after that, try to cut it down into 3 times a week. That's still in reduction. Okay, so you're cutting it down to eating one of them 3 times a week. Okay, you'll start to see benefits. Okay, if you don't, it's not going to make you want to change, and that just means you got more cleaning to do. But keep the reduction. Okay, and then while you're reducing, look for replacements. Okay, replacements, or instead of eating beef, you can maybe eat a fried mushroom. Try those. Okay, you can batter it the same way as your chicken. Just starting out, I would suggest something like a chickpea flour, something that's easily digestible and uses the least metabolic waste. And fried in something, instead of using vegetable oil, you can use uh, grapeseed oil or coconut oil or you know, avocado oil is one of the high smoke points. So you can fry something in avocado oil or grapeseed oil. Okay, and try that. Try some fried mushrooms with your meals, with your greens, with your salads, instead of cutting up chicken and putting it in there. Okay, of course, baking your chicken or something like that is probably going to help also better. Okay, just always try to continuously look for better, healthier options. Okay, that's what we're talking about when we're dealing with addiction. Just replace it with healthier options. Keep replacing the bad habit with something healthier until you can work your way to more vegetables, more fruits. Okay. Now, if you can get to the point where you're eating fruits most of the day, get really familiar with fruits, okay, and vegetables. There are over 20,000 edible plants that were put here for us from the Most High, okay? His food that recommended for us, okay? that you can 20,000 of them you can dive into. Most people can only name 10 fruits off the top of their head. You know what I'm saying? So get familiar with the fruits, get familiar with the vegetables. It won't be as strange. Then you won't start looking at change the way you look at it. Don't look at it as um, that fruits are a snack. Okay, look at it as a meal. Cut a whole cantaloupe in half, cut a whole honeydew in half, cut a whole watermelon in half. Get a spoon and dig into that. See how much you can eat. See how much that'll fill you up. Okay, guarantee you it'll be cheaper and it'll be much better for you and it'll be much more hydrating for you. So that's what we talk about when we talk about reduce first and then you replace. Okay, you replace the bad foods or the bad habits with better habits. Okay. Instead of getting up, drinking a cup of coffee, try some mushroom coffee. That's what helped me transition from drinking coffee. The mushroom coffee, it helps with gut issues. It's going to help with cognitive memory. The lion's mane mushroom in it is going to help you build. It's good for neurogenesis, which is building new brain cells, right? So it helps fight dementia and all sorts of problems. Okay, so you're taking something right there, small as coffee, drinking your coffee, where you think that you need it, right? How many people you hear don't even speak to me until I get my coffee? Because they're addicted. They need their body's waiting for you to stimulate um, that your adenosine receptors, okay, which it fakes it out. It tells you it's giving you energy. It's giving you energy. Time to wake up. But that's why you can drink coffee all day because your body knows it's being faked. And that's why you can crash off of too much coffee or a 5 hour energy because it's not giving you real energy. It's not giving you real adenosine triphosphate, which is ATP, which is real energy that comes from our food, comes from fructose and it comes from glucose. Okay. So those are some tips that can definitely help you. Definitely remember to stay hydrated. Hydration is one of the number one things you can do to help you detoxify. Mono fast. If you can just do 3 days, do 3 days, and then make that a goal. Do 3 days every either beginning of the month or every end of the month. Okay, we do them throughout the month, depending on what we dealing with or how busy our day is. Sometimes we'll just stop at the grocery store to grab. I mean, you can look at my reels. We'll just stop and grab. Well, we have competitions now to see who can spend the less. Or I had a whole meal that kept me going all day until 6 o'clock. All I had was a lime, a coconut water, and some red cherries. You know what I'm saying? And that'll bring me all the way through. I'll stay energized. And then you notice that energy level dropping a little bit. Then you might want to put some solids in if you're having a heavier type of day. You might want to get that salad with a whole load full of cucumbers. I love cucumber salad. Sometimes I don't even put lettuce in the salad. I just put a whole bunch of cucumbers in it. Give me some avocado, some peppers, some mushroom, and I'll go at it like that. Wifey makes her own dressing from olive oil, and other things that she uses, and I'll just go at it with that. Put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt on it or Celtic salt on it, and you'll be fine with that. Those help sometimes to help you transition, help you stay full longer. Okay, but you'll start to realize once you really hydrate yourself, you won't be as hungry as you think. Most of us are just severely dehydrated, and we're eating foods that make us more dehydrated. It's taking away more natural hydration or liquid that you do have in your body. Okay, so staying hydrated is one of the biggest things. Exercise is definitely another key factor. You have to stay moving. You have to talk to yourselves. You have to meditate and prayer. Okay, meditation and prayer is connecting yourself to the Most High, connecting you right to the source, blocking out all the noise, and then your Most High will connect you to whatever you need to solve in your vessel. Okay, so when you meditate and things get quiet, and you start blocking out the noise, you start blocking out all the competition and all these people that you see saying this and all these different opinions. You'll be able to tell if what you're doing is working. Okay, internally, you'll know first before anybody. Okay, that's why the doctor wants to interview you when you go to the doctor's office, because you know what's best is what's going on with your body. Okay, they take your symptoms and they'll read it as something else, and then they'll put you on the merry-go-round of medication. Okay, Merry-go-round is what I mean is they'll give you something that comes with a bunch of side effects, known side effects, and then they'll give you something else to help you fight those side effects. Okay. And then if that doesn't work, they'll give you another medication that's similar. Okay. You don't want to go get on that. Okay. You want to try to be your own doctor, as Marcus said. Really pay attention to your body. And some other ways is don't be afraid to sweat. Okay. When you're talking about detoxifying the body. Like I just said, the kidney, the skin is our third kidney. And we need to be not afraid to sweat. It needs to come out. Like Yaki said, better out than in. You don't want that stuff inside of your body rotting, getting stuck places, causing all types of blockages in the body. Blockages are what causes inflammation in that area, okay? Which causes inflammation in the joints that cause you TMJ and things like that, okay? So you want to get rid of the blockages and reignite the flow of electromagnetic energy. Okay, that's what all the herbs. And you see some of the metals, some are electromagnetic, some are magnetic, some are electric. Okay, if you're eating electric foods, and you got magnetic herbs, then you're creating herbal synergy. Okay, synergy in the body and balance. Okay, um, and I think that's about dry brushing. Don't forget to dry brush. Dry brush is going to open up the skin. It's going to open up. If you haven't heard of it, just look it up. There's some good examples online. It sounds crazy, but it definitely helps as far as getting the lymphatic system moving. And we're always talking about the lymph system, the garbage removal system. If you can get that operating by itself, then you're self healing. You're doing it. You're doing it yourself. So never forget about that. And also plenty of rest. Okay. When you're doing this and when you're cleansing out the body, you got to take it. Just remember, you was having a great time eating all that stuff that you wanted to eat. So you have to endure whenever you're detoxing. Okay? Detoxification symptoms could be sweating, vomiting, nausea, things like that. Okay, your body is trying to get some major toxins out of the blood. So just try to assist that as much as possible, okay? Instead of taking some type of medication that's just going to dull it and cause more problems inside. Um, so plenty of rest, and try not to eat. Try to stay within the circadian rhythm. Try to do some intermittent fasting. So that way, even if you can't control your diet, at least you're giving your body a chance and some time to be able to break that down for you. Okay. I do offer coaching. But right now, I kind of got coaching on Frozen right now because I'm coming out with a master class. Okay, and so stay tuned. Definitely follow me or ask me some questions. You can go on my website right now and under knowledge, and you can actually put yourself on the list. So when that master class course comes out, I'll be teaching a lot about detoxification. I'll be teaching a lot about mixing herbs, herbal synergy, uh, cleansing herbs, building herbs, and then I'm going to teach people how to do it themselves because the main mission is to each one teach one, right? We can only worry about ourselves. If you learn to cleanse yourself and heal yourself, that is the most powerful thing you can do. Okay, that you just taking care of your health shuts down systems. It changes the environment around you. Shouts out to Bobby and Kev Ramon and all those guys. um, they started a movement where there's actually people getting watermelons, and a couple years ago you couldn't find seeded watermelons, and I saw it coming. I used to go to the store a lot, and a manager told me at a store that California, which supplies most of the United States, 80% I think of the United States with fruits, they passed a law that they don't have to give seeded fruits anymore. So they were all seedless for a while. But recently that changed because the demand of the people went up. When you start demanding things in your store or in your local environment, that's where you're going to see the change first. You're not going to see any change happening and voting for these actors, I like to call it. When's the last time you voted for somebody and you got exactly what you want? They're just a bunch of liars. Okay. So one place you can see change is in your community, at your church or community centers. local meetings, farmers markets, things like this. This is where you see the real change. If we start to demand the things that we want and say we're not going to shop at your store no more until you get things that are healthier for us, they have no choice. They pitted themselves in your community, in your neighborhood. Okay, so what gives them the right to sell whatever they want? Okay? They can put it there, but you don't. That doesn't mean you have to buy it. Okay, go in there with a couple of friends or separate yourselves. You got a family, community. If you want to see change, you want to see them getting healthier organic fruits in there. Have different people call on different days. Hey, do you have this? Is it organic? Oh, okay, no, thank you. I don't want any. And then do that all the time. That manager, if they're smart, they're going to really pay attention to that. And they're going to say, hey, we need to get some organic fruits in here. That's all they're asking for. Or we need to get some watermelon. That's exactly what happened. I've seen it happen over the course of 2 summers. Now everybody's posting them, taking pictures of watermelon, putting them in the back seat, putting a seat belt over them, like they're their kids or something. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely see the change happening, and it starts with you. It starts with you first, okay? And then when you're spiritually attuned to your body, and you get that tool in your toolbox of cleansing, other people around you become enlightened. Okay, they have to. If they're around you, or they won't be around you. Those type of energies don't mix in the same place. So you begin to attract your tribe. Okay, and then you can make some changes really on a bigger level. But it starts with you first, and then the people around you. And that's about it.
Bro,
Juice Doc, you go to sleep on me, man?
that was amazing, bro. I give it to you, man. And I'm full, brother. I've been writing all night, and man, a lot of stuff that you said on tonight was very profound. Some stuff that I know, and a lot of stuff that I'm just learning, and I'm hearing for the first time, etc., man. And it's always amazing to collab with great minds, because as the Bible says, iron sharpens iron, and I really believe in that. And I really believe that, like Bobby them said months back, or a couple of months back or so, where he said we have to get back to like the higher vibrations, the collaborations, getting back to the community, collaborating with people that have the juice, just like yourself. Getting back to the real ones, the ones that are really living this lifestyle and doing it are coming back, as he said. Because, man, listen, I've been vegan up and down for years. Like, I've done vegetarian, vegan, all of that stuff, pescatarian, etc. I've done all of those lifestyles, and not one lifestyle has been better to me than raw vegan. And I love it because of the fact it's easy, it's simple, it's quick. Just like you say, the body needs simple. That's all it needs. It's simple. It doesn't need this confusion and all these different things that you're throwing at it that's causing it to get off balance. Like you said, we need balance. And I think that most people needed to hear this tonight, like literally hear this coming from a different voice and a different perspective, but the same mindset, if that makes sense. And I really appreciate you on tonight, brother. And I wrote down some stuff that you said in closing that's powerful, that's going to get overlooked. And one of those things are, we keep eating the same foods over and over, and they have over 20,000 edible plants, and we can't even name just but a few, right? And we keep stumbling over beef, we keep stumbling over pork, we keep stumbling over chicken, crabs, crawfish, sweet tea, anything else, snacks. I posted a video about 2 weeks ago about the late night stuff. We're stumbling over all of those dead foods. Did I name anything that has life? Did I name anything that gives you oxygenation, filtration, and circulation? Those are three that's key to healing, just like you said earlier. Hydration. And I think we don't think about those things until someone bring it up to us and show us and acknowledge it to us and really make it plain for us, because we just do things in life and we don't really understand the consequences of it. We feel it once it happens, but we don't understand it completely because it's just something that sneak up on us for the most part. because we are paying attention to those indicators on the dashboard of our body. The indicators are migraine headaches, joint aches and pains, etc. Allergies, like you said earlier, the lymph nodes getting swollen and getting formed into a ball, into a tumor, and we think, oh my God, I got a tumor. No, that's actually a good thing in a sense, because your body is smart enough to heal itself to let you know, like you said, hey, what we're gonna do about this? Hey, I'm trying to help you out. Hey, like, you got stagnation. You need some hydration. You need some filtration. You need some oxygenation to start moving these things along. Like you said, moving the lymphatic system. I had someone ask the question, and I was putting it up on the thing for you. They was asking about how do you feel about the vibration boards for the lymphatic system, and I wanted you to answer that before you get out of here, because you also brought up the dry skin brushing, something that people think is weird. In my neighborhood, they see me doing it all of the time when I'm outside on my rebounder. I'm doing some dry skin brushing before I start getting onto the trampoline, because you got to open up those blockages before you can try to rebound, because if you start doing all of that and it don't have no way to move out, then you're just pissing in the wind, really, because you can't go and unblock a lymphatic system that don't even have flow in the beginning. You have to open it up with the dry skin brushing and things of that magnitude before you can actually start moving it completely, because if not, like you said, it's just going to start going into the blood with all of this and these impurities, and they just keep recirculating. They can't get out, etc., etc., etc. And so, man, I think that was very profound, man, because we keep stumbling over the same foods, but we don't even realize that a God-filled diet is diversified. It's beautiful. It's
Yes.
filled with nutrients and minerals and colors and phytonutrients, phytochemicals, all of these different things. You're not getting that from meat. You're not going to get that from junk food. That's why your lymphatic system is backed up. That's why your filtration is off. That's why your circulation is poor, because you're not feeding your body cell foods. The body is made up of trillions of cells. The body is made up of 102 minerals. We need mineralization, when we need oxygenation, we need filtration, we need circulation, and we need cell food, brother. And another thing you said that was so powerful, you said first we need to reduce and then start replacing, and start staying hydrated and mono fasting and meditation and prayer, more rest, etc. Man, all that was powerful and amazing, brother. But before we get out here, I want you to jump on that question about what do you feel about the vibration boards for the lymphatic system, because I've heard a lot of people talk about that vibration board, and some people even think that it's a little better than the rebounder, but I don't know, that rebounder is powerful. So
Yeah,
I want
the
you to answer
rebounder
that.
is
Rebounder is
powerful.
powerful.
It's definitely a
It's
more
definitely a
natural
more
way.
natural way.
But I've heard a lot of stuff about the vibration boards also. So when you're talking about foods, first of all, everything we're talking about is frequency and vibration. So I haven't used it before, but I would definitely uh, say that it definitely could help, depending on the right frequencies, I would say, and how long you're on it. Because when you're talking about fruit and food, look up something called angstroms. Okay, now foods have angstroms of energy. I don't know the exact numbers. I can't remember them right now. It's just so many thoughts in my head. I remember it
Remembered
early
it
in my
early
teaching,
in
Nine
my
to
teaching,
but
12,000.
angstroms of energy, raw foods, raw fruits and vegetables contain like 20,000 angstroms of energy, uh, like 15 to 20,000, and cooked foods, they're still living foods, and they contain, I want to say, 7,500 angstroms of energy, something like that. And then, down to the meats and cheeses, they don't carry any vibration. So when you think about it like that, you're eating high vibrational foods. We're definitely talking about frequency. We're definitely talking about vibration. That's what we're talking about when we're doing that. And so a vibration board to move the lymphatic system, it sounds like a way to loosen things up. But like you just said, I want to piggyback off that for a little bit. If you're loosening things up inside of your body, I don't know too much about the vibration board, and I don't know where you would start on that. I don't know if it does the whole body at one time, if it does the lymphatic system at one time. But if it can help you, I would say definitely go do it. But try to look for more natural ways like rebounding. That's going to help with everything. It's going to help with your gut, with your stomach. Whenever you bend down to get ready to jump, you put yourself in a crunch situation. Then you get to spring, so it actually brings you down a little bit more. You get that leg bend, and then when you jump up, you put yourself into a free fall, right? So you're basically shaking yourself up like a bottle, okay, and getting that lymphatic system moving. That's one of the easiest ways that you can do it. It doesn't take any type of science for that. I try to stay around. I mean, not that the vibrational board is wrong, but I try to stay as much into the natural nature of things than before I use any type of uh, science or electrical stimulation. Like one of the things that Bruce Lee used to use, he used to use these electrical stimulators that he used to attach to his abs and to each ab. So while he's doing crunches and stuff, it adds an extra stimulation where it allows the muscle to pump. So it's working the muscle out at the same time. To me, that is not natural. You know what I'm saying? That's not a natural way to do that. Just do the crunches. You know what I'm saying? Do as many as you can do. So what you're doing at that time, you're actually teaching the rest of your body also. So when we do any type of exercise, okay, we're building up acids in our body. Okay, the only thing that can dissipate those is what? Oxygen, right? So that's why when you're working out, you do heavy breathing. Oxygen is so important to get oxygen in the cell, right? That's why if you can control your breathing when you're working out, you can get a lot more reps, right? Because you're bringing the acid in with a pump, and you're releasing it, and you're bringing the oxygen back in, right? Even after you get running, after you're done running, what do they say? Oh, stand up, don't go down there, stand up, the oxygen's up there, the air's up there. That's going to replenish you quicker than anything. So I just believe in natural ways of doing things, so it brings their whole body into play. With something like a vibration board, you're getting a machine or something else to do the work for you. And that could be a little unnatural, like Marcus said, your colon is backed up, and you're shaking up everything inside the bottle, but you have no way to pour it out. Something's going to happen inside that bottle. You know what I'm saying? If you're not able to pour it out, right? So that's how I would answer that, family. But that is a good
That is
good
a
question
good
because I
question
hear a lot
because I
about
hear
it.
a lot about it.
Yeah, that's a great way, a great answer too, bro. Like a phenomenal answer to that. And a lot of people try to get so far away from nature. That's why I always say, before I get off here, I always say, let your kitchen become your pharmacy before returning to pharmaceutical drugs, because that simply means that Genesis 1 and 29, Ezekiel 47 and 12, Revelations 22 and 2 is into play to teaching you that you have everything that you need. You don't need to go out and get anything else. This man just told y'all can't see it, but on my notepad that you have over 20,000 edible plants. How can you not heal yourself? Everything we need is given to us. The Bible is called Bible, right? It's called Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. That means that God has given us every instruction that we need. He's telling us about the herbs. He's telling us about the healing throughout the Bible, all throughout. So there's no reason for you not to gravitate to it. You understand? Like we always talk about, we talk about the scripture that those who know will be whooped with many stripes. Those who don't know will be whooped with less stripes. So that means that you're not getting out of this world without being whooped. And that means that we are living in a world that's way too big for you not to understand and not to know. Most people just don't want it and they don't research it. Just like I said earlier, we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We don't want knowledge. We want somebody else to get it and give it to us, and then we piggyback off of them. No, I got where I'm at because I said to myself, I'm not going to put my life in doctors' hands for no longer periods of my life. You said something I love earlier, and I don't want people to get this twisted. I have respect for doctors. I have doctor friends as well, and they respect me highly. And so I never will tell a doctor down, but the Bible says speak the truth in love. And I do speak the truth in love. And the truth is that we are self-healers. And I believe that doctors are great at what they know, But at the same time, we are the true healers because we're the ones that have to put in the work. You find out that Western medications, like you said earlier, causing all of these side effects and all these different things, and you continuously create that cycle over and over of taking gabapentin and taking Ozempic and taking metformin and all these Western drugs, and what is it doing? It's continuously repeating the same cycle of staying sick, being monitored. When you go into herbal medicine and you start doing naturopath healing and you start doing holistic healing, you start seeing a more natural approach to healing your body and being in line with Genesis 1 and 29. And that's all we're doing here, y'all, is just inspiring you guys on a level to show you that natural healing is back. Natural healing is here and it's here to stay. We ain't being pushed around. We ain't being pushed away. We're not going to be quiet. We're going to keep tooting our horns. We're going to keep sounding the alarm. We're going to keep showing up each and every week. Like my brother Bobby Smith say, show up. Who willing to show up? Who willing to put in the work? Who willing to fight? Who willing to wake up every single morning and saying that I'm not happy with myself and so I won't change? Who is willing to come and put in the work and say that faith without works is dead? Who's willing to say that? Who's willing to really live this thing and really to be a disciple of this? Because a lot of us want the results, but we're not willing to put in the work, and it takes work. I know brother can tell y'all the same thing. It takes work. We have not gotten here, and I can speak for him, don't even know this, but I know this. We ain't got where we at by just waking up out of a dream. We got here by hard work and dedication, being real with ourselves, being tired of being sick and tired. And that's where you have to get to in order to be able to heal yourself naturally. Like he said, that's the most powerful thing on earth, to be able to say that you healed yourself from nothing but herbs, nothing but fruits, nothing but vegetables. That's amazing. A lot of people think that it's a cute little thing to say, but they never find out and figure out because they don't tap into it. They're not willing to tap in to find out. So that's why people like ourselves are being the light. Like the Bible says, let your light shine before men. That's what we're doing, letting our light shine before men so that they can see the anointing, that they can see the power. When I look at Tiger, I see healing. When I look at Tiger, I see healthy living. When I see Tiger, I see raw vegan. I see fruitarian. I see someone that's cleansed. I see someone that's mentally stable. Because why? The healing is all over you. You can look at a person that's healed. You can look at a person that has healing power because their eyes look different, their skin look different, their vibrations are different. And that's what we need to strive for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people look at me and think that I'm 18. No, I'm 39 years old. And it's because I've been eating anthocyanins all my life. I've been eating antioxidants all my life. I've been taking sea moss for half of my life now. And all of these different things that has what we say, the power to assist the body in being able to help it get those minerals that it needs and be able to get that cell food, to be able to get that filtration, that oxygenation, and that circulation. Don't overlook it. Don't overlook that. Oxygenation, filtration, circulation is very key into healing. And if we don't have any of those, you're just wasting your time. You're just pissing in the wind. So with that being said, family, that's all we have for you guys on tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on tonight. If you guys would, make sure that you share this video. This was one powerful video. Make sure you guys invite some people. I know we're going to have some people that's going to replay and watch this over later on tonight or whatever as well. But after we leave, and once we getting ready to leave, I want you to tell them where they can follow you at.
You can follow me on Tiger Carper on this platform, Facebook. But you can mostly stay connected to me through my website, which is soulfuelsupplements.com. Again, that's soulfuelsupplements.com. I'll go back in here and I'll post the link in here on Marcus's profile. So if you're following this live from his profile, I'll post the link in there. And you can get a hold of me through there. You can find my email through there. Or you can just reach out to me on inbox if you want to, or a messenger. And I would try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. It may come in a voice message. I leave a lot of voice messages because I drive a lot, so I don't have a lot of time to stop and text. I'm not trying to have any accidents, but I can talk all day long. But it makes it easier if if you get on and you order my supplements. I'm allowed to talk about anything that has pertaining to my supplements. Other than that, I'm not a medical physician. I'm not a healthcare worker. I don't diagnose or give prescriptions. I am like I said, I'm a certified herbalist. I'm a certified nutritionist and also a detoxification specialist. Okay? I can answer things in that realm to help you out, get you right on your journey. And I'm also a health coach. So if you need some custom coaching, which a lot of us do, a lot of us are not dealing with the same problem, then you can reach out to me. We'll do a a we'll do sort of like an interview where we'll just talk about what you're dealing with, and then we can do together. We'll work on a custom protocol to help you get your goals accomplished. Okay. Um, so you can reach out to that link through my website under knowledge, or contact us, and I'll get that quicker than anything because I'm usually doing business most of the time. So if you want to reach out and get a hold of me that way, or we can just vibe on social media also. Whenever we get a chance, I love to see progress. I love to see somebody striving towards progression, and I'll do anything I can to help out with that. But thank you all for joining me. I want to thank my man Marcus JuiceDoc Hart. Um, he's for always being a solid, genuine person. We need people. We need more like him, who's just giving out this knowledge because he cares. Okay, seems like I know sometimes it seems harsh some of the stuff that he's saying. That he's really ragging on me. He's telling me this and that. That's because he cares. He's passionate about helping you guys come to the same understanding that he's arrived at. Okay, and sometimes you need to show that you are listening, that it is helping for him to give him that little spark of energy just to keep going. Okay, so that's very important. So I want to tell you I appreciate you, brother, and your whole movement and things that you got going on. Even when you had things going on with your house and things like that, you were still on there just dropping knowledge, helping people out in the grocery stores. And I could tell that you're definitely who you say you are by your skin and how you're aging really slowly. And that's a direct reflection of your journey also. Shouts to you, respect to you, and peace to you and everybody that came on here and watched this. And have a great night and a great weekend.
Much respect to you, brother. You already know it. And I appreciate you for coming on tonight. It's an honor and a privilege to have you with us on tonight. And I can see, man, the people love you, brother. So we're going to have to do this again. And like I was telling Lachey, I want all three of us to jump in here on another session and eventually get Bobby as well. And man, I just love bonding and connecting with like-minded brothers and sisters, man, because what it does is it just takes your perspective to another level. Like for me, you turn me into a student on tonight, and I'm up in here just really tickled pink because of the fact that usually, you know how it is when you're used to, fronting and doing things, and then you have the opportunity to sit in the back seat. I tell people all the time, like me being a musician, I'm always serving, I'm always giving, I'm always dispersing my gift. And so sometimes I want to be able to sit down and be fed. Sometimes we need to be fed sometimes because sometimes God wants us to be able to hear and listen and not be doing all of this all the time because sometimes we need a new perspective. We need someone else to be able to give us some nuggets so that we can be sharpened or whatever. And on tonight, that's what you've done for me, brother. And it just really inspired me to a whole nother level because I already knew that you were like a brilliant mind, but just listening to you do your thing. That's why I let you do your thing. I don't believe in like not mono. I don't believe in micromanaging anybody. I don't believe in putting a limit on people. I let people do their thing, and you can ask my assistant and people that's work for me. I don't ever put a limit on nobody. I let people do their things because one thing I learned is that when you have a gift, it should be shown. And I never allow people around me that have a gift to be put in a box. I never bring anyone to my platform or anything like that and put them in a box and say, hey, man, you're talking too much. Hey, man, don't say this, don't say that, don't do this, don't do that. I promise you can ask my assistant. She'll tell you that's how I am. I don't stop anybody from shining and allowing anyone to show their gift because, like I told you before we got on, it's not all about me. It's never been about me. You know what I'm saying? Tonight it's not about me. You get me? So that's why I'm in the cut, chilling, letting you do your thing, because tonight was allowing you to come on and give the people a different perspective on how to unlock their constipation issues. And brother, when I tell you, you were amazing. You were simply amazing. And family, if you guys think that's still here, that Tiger was amazing on tonight, give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys think about tonight. Give me some fire emojis. Let me know. Give me some hearts. Give me some shares on tonight, because this brother deserves the praise and the love that he's getting. I'm telling you, they've been blowing the chat up about you on tonight, brother. And that speaks volumes about your character and the gift that God has birthed on the inside of you. So my encouragement on tonight to you is to continue to do your thing. Continue to let your light shine before me, and continue to be a voice. Continue to sound the alarm, and continue to allow God to use you in the way that he's using you, because I look up to you, brother. I watch you all of the time, and I'm listening, paying attention, even being busy my own self and helping a lot of people and doing consultations and taking care of my own self, working a full-time job, being a musician at a church, on staff there, etc., making my own content, editing it myself, creating it, studying, etc. So I do a lot as well. And so, but people like yourself, I keep an eye on you because like you have valuable knowledge. And I'm just like, man, let me keep, you know how it is, bro. We keep an eye on, and let's just be honest, we keep an eye on the people that we admire. Like, you'll be lying if you don't tell the truth and say so. And I'm just wanting to be honest. I'm a straight up person. I keep an eye on people like yourself, like, valuable knowledge. And so salute to you, brother. And I love you, man. And I appreciate you on tonight. And we must do it again. But family, listen, before you return to pharmaceutical drugs, think twice. Think twice. Because why? Because God has given us every herb-bearing seed. He says it in Genesis 1:29. Listen, let your kitchen become your pharmacy before returning to those pharmaceutical drugs, because you don't need to. You don't need them. Try God. Try his medicine. Try his food, which is medicine. His food, which is cell food. His food gives you back nutrients. His food gives you minerals, etc. So listen, that simply means go in your kitchen and whip out your juicer. So when you whip out your juicer, you can make you some green juice. You can make you some watermelon juice. Like my brother said on tonight, to keep you hydrated, go to the melon family, right? But a lot of you guys are unfamiliar with that, right? But that's okay. I love you guys, and I pray to see you guys soon in the next video. And on the way out, I want you guys to vibe with us on our way out on tonight. Thank you again, brother. I love you, man. And family, I love you and thank you guys.
Santa makes you stay longer than you want to stay and pay more than you want to pay, right? And so that's what we don't realize. Listening to the wrong voices will get us caught up just like that. Paying for more than we should pay for, staying longer than we should be staying, and then before you know it, you done lost your life. Before you done know it, you done went down a road of derailment or destruction. And we don't realize it until it's too late. And that's simply because you don't have your own mind. That's simply because you can't discern on who to listen to or who not to listen to.
Oh, he always got on plan now. He don't never let it get too out of hand now. And I know he's got the whole run in his hands now. He be doing things that I don't understand. I've been in my word, he in his bag. Know that it's gonna work, that's a fact. On that smooth timing, coming through. I've been doing work in my bag, know that in my heart.
All right, family, we out of here, family. Love you guys. Pray to see you guys soon in the next video. Good night to each and every one of you. Much love to you guys. Remember, tomorrow is Inspiring Friday. I will drop a video on tomorrow, okay? Peace, blessings, and I'm out.